Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We want to welcome you to the spa industry in COVID-19 times. This is a virtual information session, just a short 30-minute session, and we appreciate you joining us today on such a beautiful day. I wasn't sure how many people we would get to join us. Today we are going to cover I'll just put the agenda up there. So we are covering a variety of topics, and you're welcome to ask questions in the chat box at any point, and we'll try to monitor that as closely as we can. And we are talking about rewards of a career in the aesthetics and nail technology industry. We'll give you a program overview. We'll talk about safety protocols also within the industry and within the college, and how we've made that work for our aesthetics and nail technology certificate program. We'll do a quick review of our aesthetic and nail technology program modules so that you have an idea of what really is involved in our program. We'll talk about some of the program benefits, and then also employment opportunities and what your next steps would be if you're interested in taking the program. And as I said before, feel free to ask questions at any point, and we'll happily answer those as they come in. So our team consists of two incredible instructors. We have Sherry McCarthy, our lead instructor. So Sherry has been in the industry for well over 20 years. She also has 12 years experience, and she definitely is one of the most inspiring instructors that I've ever had the pleasure of working with. So Sherry is joining us today. Welcome, Sherry.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day, and thank you everyone for taking the time today to join our session.
And then we also, part of our instructional team, we have Missy McIntosh, and she teaches the makeup foundations, and she's an internationally acclaimed professional makeup artist, and she's a fantastic industry professional that we love working with. So my name is Cindy Meisner. I'm the program coordinator for aesthetics and nail technology. We also have a program assistant, Leslie Stevenson, and together with Sherry, we make our best efforts in providing the best education for anybody that comes through Okanagan College. So next up, I'd like Sherry to talk about what are some of the rewards of the aesthetics and nail technology industry, and it is definitely a career with endless possibilities. Can you share one or two stories about that, Sherry, please?
Oh, absolutely. So once completing the program, there's the opportunity to either work from home, if you want to have a small home-based business, or there's the opportunities of going and opening up a commercial space, as well as going and working for someone and joining a larger team that way. A few of our students have done, we've got one that did go and open up a commercial space, and we have one that is open to successful business out of her home. So there's a few opportunities there.
Nice. Yeah, we've had very interesting and diverse success stories from a lot of our graduates from the program over the last few years. So it's neat to follow their journey as they move through the program and move through their experiences. So next up, we are talking about what are the new protocols in the spa industry. COVID-19 definitely has been interesting times no matter what industry you're in. So I thought Sherry, who is a professional in the industry and has had to navigate these difficult waters, and I thought it would be best for Sherry to overview those for us.
Okay, so I'll just go through the list here, Cindy, and expand on them. Okay, so occupancy limits for establishment, including common areas. So one of the things that we've done is we have a group of 12. This is an example, a group of 12, and we now can have 6 students in the classroom plus myself. So I've divided the groups into 2. So I have one group in the morning and one in the afternoon. So that does limit our numbers, which also allows for that physical distancing between the stations, as well as following the arrows. So there is a really nice, easy flow to it. Remove magazines, toys, products, sell sheets, testers. Definitely something that we've done. For some of the testers, if somebody is interested in something in regards to, say, let's say the Dermalogica product, we have in small little packages which are kept separate as well. So, so it does allow having actual testers that everybody would be touching. Again, one entry and one exit as where possible. We do have our signs going up and down the stairs, whether you're going to go into the front lobby where you may enter the building, as well as even just using the washroom. So we do have a really nice flow of the entries and exit. Plexiglass barriers. Within the classroom, we have the option to use facial shields. That's the plexiglass shield there, or that plastic shield, as well as the masks. But in regards to our actual stations, they are spread out far enough apart where it does allow for that social distancing. There is signage everywhere, whether it be on the floors, on the doors, in the hallways. So there's ample signage. So everybody is very clear which way is up, which is down, and which direction to go to. Avoid shaking hands and unnecessary physical contact. The one thing I want to talk about the physical contact in the classroom, and this has worked really, really well for our program in particular. So with our 2 groups, we have group 1 and group 2. They both have 6 students in each group. So what we've done is in group 1, we have our 6 students, and we've paired them up in a way that those 2 students will only work together throughout the year. So so we've got 3 groups of 2. So we've got partners 1, partners 2, and 3. So those 2 will work together all throughout the program, and they're kind of buddied up, or that will be their kind of little posse. They'll travel around together where and when needed. Bottled beverages only. Yes, we've got. I do allow beverages in the class, but you're right, bottled only, and it has to be with a lid on it. PPE. We do have our masks. We've got, again, those, the shields. So we've got those available. Minimize sharing of tools and products. So everybody has their own implements that they use, and they keep those separate. And in regards to other things such as nail files or buffer blocks or any of that, what we're putting together is we would have a large baggie. And in that baggie, we would have just your individual files, your buffers. So anything that would be specific to you, we are putting in that baggie for you to use for future. Enhanced cleaning and disinfecting. We've put together the protocol required for the COVID-19, and we have all of that. We have cleaning list where you're to a very detailed list of what is to be cleaned, and again, working with your partner to get that done. We also have signage up as just little reminders of the steps to take for those the supplies or the tools that needed to be cleaned and disinfected, as well as we have our custodian, who is an amazing help within our program and the entire college. But when we do give notice to the custodian, knowing he'll have a list dates when we're in what classroom when, and aside of the client cleaning we do as a team, the custodian gets in there and does that extra cleaning. So every time you leave or enter the spa classroom, it is thoroughly cleaned and disinfected.
Yeah. Thanks, Sherry. So as you can see, these are all the protocols that are required within the spa industry. And if you've had the pleasure of still going to your favorite spa and having a pedicure or manicure or maybe a facial, I'm sure you've noticed one or maybe all of these things and maybe even more. These are just the foundations for what those changes have brought. So with that, OC has direction from our Occupational Health and Safety Department. We also get directions from WorkSafe BC, the Provincial Health Officer, and Interior Health. So we've developed a COVID-19 safety plan. And with that, students have to self-report and complete a form, but they daily have to self-report that they don't have any of the symptoms, haven't been around anybody. The signage, as Sherry already talked about, we also have only certain occupancy that we can have in our classrooms to ensure that there is safe social distancing happening. And PPE is required when physical distancing isn't possible. So a lot of times that's mainly when we're in the clinic, and we just can't do enough cleaning. We want to keep our staff, we want to keep our students and anybody that comes into our areas. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. So, and looking at the time, we've only got about 15 minutes left, so we'll kind of move along. Sorry, Sherry, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to add one thing about the cleaning, and I do think it's very important because, as Cindy said, whether you're fortunate to be going out and getting a service done at a salon or a spa or our classroom, one of the things that we've done when it talks about that extra cleaning is allowing additional time if in between, even when you're working with your partner, right? We're allowing that extra cleaning in between so nobody feels rushed to do the cleaning and disinfecting that is needed. And that's sometimes where steps may be missed, is when you feel rushed. So there's additional time to allow for all the different steps that need to be taken. And that is really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For sure. So our Okanagan College offers the Aesthetics and Nail Technology program once a year. So we do one intake and then you move through the entire program together. So you're always instructor led. Our program runs from September till June, and it is full time. It's Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 3. And then we also have one Saturday per month. Currently, our tuition is $10,710. And then for your comprehensive student kits, they're $2,000 plus taxes. And that's 2 sets of textbooks, 2 sets of uniforms, and then all your tools and supplies that you would need to do all the services that are covered in the program. So next up, Sherry's going to do a quick overview of the program.
Okay, so history and professionalism in aesthetics, that talks both about your personal hygiene, then the professionalism for both the program and yourself. Infection control principles and practices. We've had thorough or additional training with the infection control. We've been able to connect with Dermalogica, as well as the preamp course that we've taken on, and which also is providing additional certificates, saying, so we're not just going by a textbook, we're not just going by a the COVID-19, we're actually working with additional infection control companies, as well as Dermalogica. So that provides it. What does it really take to have that infection control in the spa? General aesthetic sciences, that includes your anatomy, it includes nutrition, it includes electricity, nail structure and nail growth, diseases and disorders. Really important to be able to determine when you can and cannot work on somebody's hands and nails. Manicures and pedicures, we actually get right into the hands-on aspects of it. So learning all different aspects of manicures and pedicures. Then we go into artificial nail enhancements, covering gel, acrylic, as well as fiberglass nails. The skin sciences, again, getting into the anatomy of the skin, and product selection and ingredients. One of my favorites, just really getting to know what kind of ingredients are in the products that we're using, when you would and wouldn't use them during our body treatments or facials. Then we get into skincare and facials. We work with Dermalogica, so we're a partnership with Dermalogica. So we work with their protocols as well as their products. Waxing essentials, all aspects of waxing that we incorporate, your eyebrows, your leg waxing, all aspects of waxing. Aromatherapy, I also love this aspect of it, is when we actually bring in somebody that is local here, and we're able to partnership with the company, and she will actually come in and you will learn how to develop your own aromatherapy blend. So it's a lot of hands-on for there as well.
All right. And then the other ones?
Reflexology. So this is a basic reflexology introduction to the industry. So we do spend time knowing the basics of the movements. What is reflexology, and is it something, and the benefits of reflexology? Relaxation massage and hot stone massage, again, all these hands-on portion of the program. So yeah, we cover that, and then we can also incorporate our aromatherapy into these portions as well. Body scrubs and body wraps. If you've had an opportunity to experience any of those, we also incorporate a variety of ways to perform those services. Introduction to advanced aesthetics. We would touch base on your laser, and just giving you an idea of what is out there for advanced aesthetics. Again, your IPL, your laser, and just some of the more medical side of things. Eyelash and eyebrow tinting. We learn how to tint the lash and brows. And one of the things that I also incorporate into that is something that is very new and popular, and that is the lash lifts. So I like to squeeze in a few extra things where I can to keep up with what's relevant. All right, makeup foundations. This is where we have Missy comes into joining our program. Business skills, retailing. So in this portion, you will be required to do a business plan and resume and cover letter. Then we have practical skills. That is our hands-on practical within our spa training center. Advanced practical skills, so that moves further along into the program. The more we learn, the more advanced we get. And then we have our practicum. And that is where something we'll have to look into the new year, but it's something that we do try to get you as students into a practicum placement to learn what it's like to actually work in the industry.
Thanks, Sherry. So as a brief overview of some of our program benefits, Sherry's already touched on the infection control extra training that we do with Preempt and Dermalogica. And we are a Dermalogica partnership school. So with that, we get additional education, and whether it's via them visiting us in the classroom or if we're doing it live through the streaming. And then Sherry provides daily responsive support to all her students, as well as myself and Leslie. We're there to help our students succeed. And we also have dedicated online and in-person student supports, from everything from Aboriginal services to counseling to student success and technology. Another key part of our program is we have industry field trips. So we bring in guest speakers, and then there is an international spa trade show that we participate in every year. So just some of the many benefits of taking your program here at Okanagan College. And we did touch on this a bit with our student stories. The employment opportunities are quite endless. You can choose to go into many different areas, whether it's retail, whether it's in a spa. There's so many different types of spas. It could be a home-based business. You could go into working with some of the wholesalers. So there are so many different opportunities in this industry. So next steps is, if you're interested in the program, you can apply to the program now, and then you'll have a telephone interview with myself. And then at that point, you would pay and register for the program. And there's my contact information, as well as our program assistant, Leslie Stevenson. You're welcome to contact either of us if you have questions at any point. If you want to connect with Sherry, we can do that as well. At this point, we'd like to open it up to any questions. So if you have questions, you can put them into the chat bar there. And we'll be online for a few minutes following this session. I also wanted to remind everybody that everybody that signed up for an information session today, you are eligible to win a $5,000 tuition credit for Okanagan College. And you just need to enter okanagan.bc.ca tuition giveaway. And that would go a long ways to taking the aesthetics and nail technology program. So I encourage you to do that, definitely. Are there any questions that maybe Sherry and I haven't had a chance to cover? 30 minutes isn't very long. It's only just a little snippet into the program, and we'd be happy to provide you with any information that you need at this point. Any parting comments, Sherry?
Not at this time, no.
So thank you very much for joining us. On behalf of Sherry and myself, we look forward to welcoming you to the Spa Training Center at Okanagan College, and we hope that you have a